You're watching Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Around Town is sponsored by Chemung Canal Trust Company. They're really nice people. Trust is their middle name. Service is their motto. And I like them a lot, and that's why I bank there. If you ever come by to look me up, I'll be in the vault. Safe place. I have someone for you to meet that will save you a lot of money. This is very important. Mike Watts runs a place that's absolutely unbelievable called Antique Revival. And is it Post or Big Flats?
Big Flats we're
Big
in
Flats,
right now.
right off which highway?
I-86, yeah, Route 17, exit 49.
Remember this, because they have things here that you can furnish your home with less expense than if you bought it new. And it's worth more as it appreciates.
Right.
Not only that, but now you have a new program for young people, and you're an appraiser, and you're going to tell us some of these antique roadshow is nothing compared to this. You have to see it in person to believe it.
Yeah.
Now you take it away and tell us about this fireplace, about all
right.
programs that you have.
Let me just give you a quick primer here. I'm 38 years in the business, and to start, we're going to talk about some things that are kind of middle of the road things that are affordable for people, especially the younger crowd. I've been 38 years in the business, Henry, and I've never seen the price of antique furniture so low. So, you know, for example, we're going to talk about this roll-top desk over here. At one time, this desk was probably $2,500. In today's market, it's only probably in the $1,200 to $1,500 range. So we've got things now that have never been offered for sale at prices that are so low. So what we're trying to appeal to is some of the younger people and get them to take another look at some of this antique furniture that they've kind of bypassed, or they think of us as a stodgy, dusty old antique shop. Well, we're not. We clean things up and everything is ready to put in your home. And I just want to press upon them how much value these things have in today's market. And really, they're the price of used furniture. So if you look at that desk and you forget about the antique value and you just look at it as a used piece of furniture, you're going to get a good value because the prices are so low. That's probably the main thing that I'd like to talk about, and the things that I've picked out are kind of in line with that. We're not seeing a lot of the younger crowd here. We're seeing a demographic that's probably 40 to 65 years old, and we're trying to create some interest within that younger demographic.
And you appraise too?
We do appraisals, yes. I also
every Tuesday?
Tuesdays we do some verbal stuff, but if someone needs a written appraisal, we can get that done as well. But yeah, I do some, Tuesdays we're closed now, it's actually Wednesdays, and then on Sunday afternoons I'm usually here to do some verbal appraisals if people have things that they want to bring in.
And if people want to come, you know the address, but what are the best days? Are you open 7 days a week?
We're open Wednesday through Saturday now, 10 to 5, and then Sundays 12 to 4. So I'm here Wednesdays and Sundays during business hours.
And you've got a website and a phone number.
The website is antiquerevival.com. Phone number 607-562-2202.
And I have to tell them, what people don't realize is that this is the largest antique collection of things in the state of New York.
We are.
Including New York City.
We are.
You wouldn't believe it until you see it.
We are, and I know that because I travel a lot, and when I go to some of the other shops, they're larger, but they're actually cooperatives, where dealers rent space and pay a fee for the space that they have. So as far as a single owner antique shop, no question that we are the largest in New York State. And I do most of the buying, so most of what you see here I've bought. My partner Vicki Rachel does the decorations and the setups and that type of thing, and she runs the retail store. Now we also have a online sales in the back, but
you
that's
have a big online, so you have a big computer sales.
Right, we do
worldwide.
Yeah, we have about 800 items listed online, and that's actually the biggest part of the business is the online sales. We're selling nationally and internationally there. But I guess today we want to talk about these items, right?
Explain to them.
Okay, so we're looking at this roll-top desk over here, and as I'd said earlier, it was something that was in the $2,500 range probably about 20 years ago. But because of the change in fashion, you're seeing that the younger people are more minimalist, and they're looking to go with more of the mid-century modern and the industrial look, simpler lines, that kind of thing. Well, this has fairly simple lines, and we have a lot of styles here, such as American Empire and the arts and crafts movement, which was actually a precursor to the mid-century modern movement with simple lines and minimalist look. So I think that the mass media has kind of told everyone that's paying attention that, you know, here's the style that's in. These are the things that you should be looking at. But I can tell you, because of that there are a lot of other styles and a lot of other things that are very nominally priced. And now, as I said earlier, you're looking at almost the price of used furniture. So they're worth another look, I think.
Including this fireplace behind us.
Right, the fireplace.
Mantle.
Right, the fireplace mantle behind us is in the East Lake style. It's all hand carved. It's in the original finish, quarter sawn wood, and we do sell a lot of architectural stuff. This is probably dates to about the turn of the century, maybe 1890 to 1910 that was made, and just a wonderful piece of furniture with if you look at the surface on it, you can see that there's a certain patina and a certain glow of the wood, and to my mind, the warmth of wood is really a special thing. And you can't really get that if you're talking about mid-century modern, which is mostly chrome and glass and that kind of thing. So we really like to play up the fact that, you know, here's a 100-year-old piece, still has a wonderful color and a wonderful glow. You can only get that with the passage of time. You can't get that from new furniture. And also, you know, pieces like this in the roll top desk, you know, it's not something, they've lasted 100 years plus. They're going to last another 4 or 5 generations. So if you're talking about recycling, going green, I think of antiques as the ultimate in recycling. So these are going to last another 100 years, whereas a lot of stuff that you buy at the new stores are, you know, 10 years from now they're pressboard, they're out on the curb, kind of thing.
And you have a third item too.
We have 2 more items. We have a Sheridan chest of drawers, which is a fairly large chest, kind of a transitional piece between the Sheridan and American Empire movement. That is has nice turnings on the side, but a large piece, but very elegant. Even though it's large, the proportions are good and it's very elegant. In mahogany, original finish, has the glass pulls, and that particular piece has just been marked down. I think we have about $700 on it, and we're always discounting things. Excuse me. So that's something that you could probably pick up for about $500, and I don't think you could go out and find something of value, that quality, that's going to be the value of this particular piece. It's a good usable dresser, and really, again, as I said earlier, forget about the antique side of it, just look at it as a good usable solid dresser. Solid woods, you know, all dovetailed, front and back, hand chamfered back, so these things are...
You make me want to buy everything. Well, what a salesman.
Well, I think that people really should take a harder look. I think that people are programmed by the mass media to look at certain styles, and there's things that are in fashion, but there's a lot of things right now that if you just use a little creative and critical thinking, you can, you know, really pick off things and, you know, be the talk of the neighborhood, but it's like, wow, I haven't seen that before.
And
well,
you've got what, 3 or 4 rooms?
We have two large showrooms here. We have another room in the middle, and we have the garden area out here and out front. So we do a lot of garden.
It's a lot of space.
Yeah, a little
you've
garden.
got to come and see it, because you will never leave empty-handed. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. We're good.
We're good.
All right.
We're
Thank
always
you.
good. Well, you're so good. You just keep talking.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
we're done?
Yes, we're done, and it was that good.
Thank you for
How about that?
Thank you for coming, Henry.
Thank you for talking so well.
We do appreciate that.
Good. See you soon.
All right.
I'll be here waiting. Hard place to leave.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Life, it never stops moving, getting from here to there, managing long hours at work, juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online, bank with our mobile app, deposit a check with your smartphone, open an account at Chemung Canal, and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
My name is Joe Veras, and I'm the Chief Meteorologist at WENY. The Twin Tiers is home for me. This is where I live, this is where my family lives, this is where we own our home, this is where my children were born. I love this community. I love the fact that everyone rallies around each other. People know each other, people have each other's backs. I don't think you would see that in some bigger cities. We know each other, we help each other out. This is a great community to live in. This is home.
we now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Here we are again, arm in arm with beautiful ladies, and here we're in a room filled with cats, next door to a room filled with dogs, next door to a room that's filled with kittens. And you can have these, Now we're going to talk to the ladies who can make it possible for you to have these and take care of them. These two, would you introduce yourself, and would you introduce her?
I certainly will.
She's been here longer than you.
She has been here longer than I have. My name is Barbara Stevens. I'm new director of the shelter, and I've been here since November, so I'm still learning the ropes. And this is Kathy Dessena, who has been involved with the shelter for over 20 years.
Yeah, close to 25.
Has been president of the board, and she's now the vice president of the board. She never quite leaves us, so that we always have her around for support and intelligence.
But the real boss is in your arm.
The real boss is in my arms. This
And
is
who's
Buckley.
that?
This is
Buckley?
Buckley.
And
Yes.
you know them all by name.
I do. I am a cat person. Kathy loves dogs and cats, but she does better with the dogs, and I do better with the cats. So we make a good team.
And do you know there's one ready to jump on us?
Yeah, that's Snickers.
And what about the others? What, you know those names too?
I do. That's Tibby. And who else is poking at us? Is
There's
somebody?
one up on the shelf.
That's Eddie.
Eddie.
I know them all. The cats come in here when they're spayed or neutered. We don't adopt cats out if that aren't spayed or neutered. And they learn to get along with each other. Before this, they might be in a cage by themselves, and their food and their litter box is right there. When they come in here, they have to find their litter boxes. They have to share the food, so it makes them more used to what a regular home setting would be. Of course, we have a few more toys than you might have in a regular home setting. But the cats love it here, and we love them.
This is nice, and they look very happy.
I
Now, I
think so.
have to share with you something, because they gave me a new jacket. The station, isn't this fancy?
Yes, very nice,
This is
very
a new-
nice.
a new
Very,
jacket,
very nice.
just for this occasion to wear here.
Well, thank
course.
you.
We feel very special.
I feel very special. We don't get these. We have to serve 25 years or so on camera,
Wow.
and then when we're ready to die, they give us 1 year.
Long time for that. Long time for that.
These look like fun for kids, much less cats.
Well, they were originally for children. It is a Fisher-Price toy, but one of our volunteers, Chris Lucas, she purchased it for the cats for last Christmas. That was her present to the shelter, as well as her service. She comes in every day and helps clean the cat. She's a cat lover too. She
Now,
cleans up after the cats.
does this cat want to leave you?
Well, I don't think he wants to leave me, but he wants to go to somebody else's arms where they can take care of him all the time. Right, Buckley?
Yeah, they don't get much sweeter than this.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
He's a
He was a stray that was brought into us. Most of our animals are strays that are found around the Hornell area that we bring in.
And you get to know them pretty well,
Yeah.
I bet, huh?
Yes,
Dogs.
oh yes, very much so. We do. They become almost like they're part of our family here.
Now, if someone wants to adopt a pet, what do they have to do? Is this a big red tape thing?
Oh, no, not at all. Actually, you can go to our Hornell Animal Shelter website, and you can actually print out an adoption application right online. And you can either drop it off or fax it over to us, or even email it to us, and we'll be happy to review the application, and pending approval, you can take your animal home, usually within
Is that a big problem to get approval?
Oh, you have to have, we like to have people have a good solid home for our animals, obviously. If you rent, it would be nice to have something from the landlord stating that you can have pets. If we were bringing any animals into the home, we prefer that the animals that already live there be spayed or neutered. And we try to make sure that, especially if it's dogs, that you bring your dog to the shelter. They get to meet the new companion, so we can see how they get along, make sure that everything's going to work out for them. And it's really not a big process. It seems like it, but really it's a pretty short process to bring home a lifetime companion.
Is it expensive?
Not terribly. If you look at the cost of all of our animals are spayed and neutered and have their initial vaccines before they leave. They get Advantage, they get their ears cleaned, nails clipped. And if you look at the cost of what it would be for your first vet visit, This is really quite a bargain.
I'm looking at what the cost would be for me to get my nails fixed and everything. Wow.
Well, we could try it. We even do dog grooming here. We have a certified groomer, and that groomer can actually, not for you necessarily, but you can bring your dogs or cats to the shelter and schedule an appointment, and they can do a complete grooming.
Bear in there right now, getting ready for a bath.
I see, they can't see this on camera, but on the floor are cats and cats and cats and cats, all running around inside places and looking to get picked up, I'll bet.
Yes, I'm sure they are.
Well, this is their room. They're not the least concerned
And
that we're in
they're
here.
laying around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What a life.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't get quite the price. Is the same price for every cat or every dog?
I'll defer to Barb for this.
Kittens or any baby.
You have some kittens in the next
Yes,
room.
little kittens.
Is there a kitten room?
There is a mama and baby's room, so we try not to disturb them too much. But we do have a couple of kittens we could show you if you wanted, because the mamas and the babies are feeding.
Sure.
So any little feline under a year is going to be $70, and that includes the spay and neuter and all of the vaccines that Kathy told you about.
You seem like such a kind person. When you talk about cats, a whole thing comes over your face that makes you just, it's wonderful.
Well, we'll show you some dogs too, and you'll see that we don't discriminate. Thank you very much. The cats that are over a year are $50. Because it's a little harder. He's really cute. Everybody wants to take him home, but the bigger ones are sometimes, it's a little harder to place. They don't have that same Q factor, when you see them.
Now, is it true, here's a terrible question to ask, but is it true that cats are very independent and live for themselves, and dogs are not and live for you?
I think we can both answer that. Having both dogs and cats at home, my cats are as dependent on me as my dogs are. My cats have to be with me all the time. They talk to me, they listen to me, they sleep under my arm.
They talk to you.
Absolutely.
And you understand them.
Absolutely. I know what they want. I know when they're hungry, when they want some attention. It's really they're as deserving of attention as dogs are, and as accepting of it as well. They just need somebody to spend the time with them. And there we go.
The nicer thing, the thing about cats is if you're single like me and you travel, you can leave them alone for the weekend with a little food and water and somebody to look on them. Where a dog is going to need a little bit more attention.
I'm sorry, I'm paying attention to the cats now. I'm not even
Well,
listening
he wants
to
to
you.
go over and see Kathy.
There we go.
There you go,
Gonna
Bobby.
play now.
May I say thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
You are
Thank you
terrific.
so much for coming in. I wish we had a chance to talk some more about all the volunteers and all the work
Talk
that they
about
do
it.
here.
Do we give a phone number in case people have questions?
Yes, 607-324-1270.
1270.
I always do it backwards.
And also, if you want to see the animals that are up for adoption, you want to learn more about the shelter, our Facebook page is a great place to go to. There's tons of information. We talk about our events on there. We talk about animals that we've rescued.
Is this Oakport or Hornell?
We're Hornell.
We're Hornell.
And what's the address?
That's a Industrial Park Road, just next to the airport.
And stop.
Easy to find.
And stop. I never even knew there was an airport here.
Yep, there's an airport on one side of us, and there's Arkport Harley Davidson on the other side of us.
Easy to find.
We're a pretty busy place here. And we have an amazing 1-acre dog park that was dedicated last year in memory of Jillian Andalina, a young woman who died of cancer. And it is probably our biggest crowning achievement as far as giving freedom to dogs.
I think you both have crowning
Crowning achievement.
I got so excited I couldn't talk. That's what happens when I got two beautiful ladies next to me. Anyway, come by, give them a call, look them up. You can have a lot of fun just visiting.
Yes, please.
I'll be here holding hands.
Thank you.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. managing long hours at work, juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online, bank with our mobile app, deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Now, wouldn't you think that Mark Grayson would be the name of a movie actor? I mean, it's a perfect name for an actor. But this Mark Grayson is in the public good, and he's an unusual fellow who has an idea that he made successful, and it's something that you can use. Tell us about, this is Mark Grayson, by the way, but you know that anyway. Tell us about this idea. This is really helping kids.
It is. I'd be happy to tell you a little bit about Rocket 21, which is a...
Where'd you come up with that name, Rocket 21?
It's an online platform for kids that helps them begin to explore how their interest profile might connect to something they'd like to do in their future. The problem that we've been trying to solve is really trying to figure out how we can use technology in order to preview life's possibilities for kids at an earlier age so that as they're going through school, they better understand how the work that they're doing in the classroom might actually be relevant, meaningful, and lead to something that they would pursue as an adult, either in a career or as an avocation. And so we've been working hard over the last 5-6 years to build you can think of it as a social network, an online platform that has all the functionality that a social network does, but its purpose is to make it possible for kids to imagine what their future might be like, connect with adults who are world-class in their field, and begin to really explore what's ahead of them as adults. So it's been fun. We've been working with great organizations, with NASA and Nat Geo and
But what do you do? Do you actually get a catalog of kids and then put them together with employees and getting a job?
Well, it's not about a job, of course, at an early age. It's just beginning to figure out what the possibilities are for a career in any number of fields that are related to whatever is inside their heart. So if a kid is interested in sports, there's a wide array of careers that a kid could pursue. As an attorney, you know, it's not all of us who get to play, it's certainly not me, in the NFL and then have a backup plan in the NBA. So you have to imagine that there are other careers, other things that you can do where you can pursue your passion.
Do you charge for this?
No, it's free.
Free?
It's free, yeah.
So young people can contact your organization. Where do they call?
It's online, so they just go to rocket21.com and establish an account, much like they would on any other kind of
But the account
platform.
doesn't involve money.
No, it doesn't. No, it's just
When you say account, it right away.
Well, it just means they become a member of the site and create a screen name. If they're under 13, their parents need to help them with the enrollment process. Under the law, a parent has to actually give permission for a child to be on any online platform. And we, you know, have invested a lot of money in order to make sure that this platform is a safe, first and foremost, place for kids to be. And we're proud of what we've created.
Who put up the money?
So it's a great group
I got all kinds of questions.
Investors. And it's actually appropriate that we're here in Corning because the Houghton family has invested a chunk in the platform, and then we have investors all around the country from media and finance who recognize that we just need to do a better job of getting kids ready to participate in a global knowledge economy. So we're excited to have that kind of backing, and we're at a point now where, in fact, schools are beginning to recognize that what we're doing is important, and we've been actually working in Texas a lot recently as well on a statewide initiative that is about to unfold next fall, 385,000 eighth graders there, so it's a big moment for us.
One would think, and I don't mean to cast aspersions on it because you brought it up before, that this powerhouse of names, addresses, and contacts is something that would be rife for theft, rife for someone to use that shouldn't be using it. But you have all of that.
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
I guess taken care of.
Rife for theft?
Yeah. for people stealing names and using it, mailing lists and other things,
Oh,
and getting
no.
to people. But you've
We've
taken
taken
care of that.
yes.
You,
The
as you
pro
mentioned.
the pro experts are all in Rocket 21,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be a child in order to establish an account on Rocket 21. So,
But they are protected once they enroll,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
which I
there's-
would think would be very much concern to parents.
There's all kinds of safety precautions and filters running in London 24/7, monitoring every single keystroke. There's no private space in Rocket 21. And once you're inside, everything's public. There's a parent portal that enables a parent to watch what's going on. Of course, they can't get in and do anything because that would.
Where did you come up with this idea?
Well, we've been working in the kids business for a long time in youth media and education. And we've noticed through these years that, that there was this desire amongst kids to really get started and imagine what their futures might hold at a very young age that wasn't being tapped into, and that there really had to be a platform that sort of filled the void. So after we got done with an assignment that we were doing in the education world, we decided that it was time for somebody to step in and take that on.
And you built it.
Well, I certainly didn't single-handedly. The founders of Rocket 21 are a very talented group from Silicon Valley who have been working on websites and
Well-known
virtual
names?
worlds. Oh, I don't know about that. But there's certainly a lot of well-known names involved with the venture.
Mm-hmm. And they trust you.
I've worked with them for many, many years, yes.
What a fascinating life you lead. How did you get to make so many contacts?
Oh.
What did you do in your previous life?
It's been fun. I started out as a Hollywood agent, putting together television miniseries and movies, and then became involved in the children's programming world, working with Meryl Streep, Jack Nicholson, Holly Hunter to do classic children's tales, and Bobby McFerrin and Yo-Yo Ma to do original scores. And then coming off of that assignment, I was recruited by Chuck Schwab to help him with a piece of his philanthropy that was dedicated to supporting kids with learning disabilities. Chuck is dyslexic and was concerned that the education system needed to be reoriented so that it better supported the many different ways in which kids learn. And I helped him there launch a nonprofit that was very impactful in a short period of time. And then once we finished up that assignment, we came on to Rocket 21.
What a charming guy you are. You're a wonderful salesman.
Oh, well, thank you.
But that's
Especially
because,
coming from you.
well, that's because you believe in what you're doing.
That's the key to it.
And it's all nonprofit.
Well, no, our venture is for profit.
It is.
Yes, it is. Because, and the rationale there is that in order to create a platform that has the kind of impact that we hope to achieve, it is important to have a sustainable business model. Because there just isn't enough philanthropy to do this kind of thing year on and year out. So we're working with companies who pay for the opportunity to showcase their people, their programs, their opportunities, and then it's also in the school market, there's a fee for each school campus that would like to bring Rocket 21 into the middle school.
And there's much more on this on the web.
There's a lot more on the web.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Check the web. Check the web. This is fascinating things, fascinating sponsorship. But what it could do and is doing for kids is really remarkable. And then if they need more information, they can always call you.
Yes.
Can they?
They can contact me at Rocket 21.
What's the number?
No, just an email. Mark
Email,
at Rocket21.com.
Nobody calls anybody
No,
anymore.
not anymore.
Gee whiz. Give a ring. We'll see you. I'm going to learn more.
You're watching WENY HD.